2025 is coming to an end, and like every year, I wanted to reflect on my year. Well, also, maybe my whole life too, might as well. I, like every year, I also don't really prepare. I never prepare anything I'm gonna say because it's more for me than to get views or anything because I'm not an influencer. So it's been actually 4 years or a bit past that since I started my journey on vlogging, if that's the right term. It's more like a document my life, but I just remember. So I've been journaling since 2011, and in 2021, I was getting a lot busier at the time, so I am still busy too. And I just asked my friend. I thought about like, hey, because he's a photographer, so I was just asking him like, what cameras can I buy, and he recommended me a very good one, honestly. So this was the first camera I ever used. I'm not sure you can see it, but it's a Sony A6400. Oh, oops. And the first lens I ever used with this was this Sony 24 to 105. I'm not sure you could see that. This is still a lens that I use here and there. I mainly use it for like only videos and also during like an orchestra concert, for example, when you want to record the whole entire frame. But definitely, I really neglect this lens a lot. But it's because I don't know. I'm an amateur, so I don't know how to use it to its potential and stuff. So yeah, also like that was that having this camera. It's been, yeah, in the last 4 years I started collecting a lot more lenses, and then so this in 2022 I thought like this was like 6 months in. I thought I'm gonna be film myself every day, and I'm gonna try buy the only lens I'll ever need, which is the 16 and 35 G Master. I was wrong, and but the thing is, I really like the lens too. It's just this was because I like filming more at nighttime, and this brought in a lot more light. So I had really good use for it. But then over the time, it got really heavy, and eventually, it's the one I'm filming right now. I can't take it out, but it's the Sony with a 20 millimeter f1.8. That this is the one that I use 99% of the time the last few years, and yeah, I honestly I feel I have use for everything. It's just like I like having options. I'm such a spoiled brat, but yeah, and there are also funny stories that how I currently use the Sony A7 IV, and how I got this camera was I went to this clubbing event and I was very drunk, like near blacked out, and when I was home I mean, I actually don't remember what I did because I was gone. And then next morning, I was just checking my emails and I saw an order confirmation. I was like, wait, what? And then I didn't realize, I'm like, oh my God, I bought the Sony A7 IV because I mean, like, I've been wanting it because the A6400, even though it's amazing, it's just, my hands are very jittery. So when I was taking photos, it was a user error. It's not the camera. It's just me. I always took blurry photos, and my videos at times too. I was just like very shaky, so that's why I need something with IBIS inside of it. And yeah, that was like one of the newest cameras at the time, and I just thought like that's something I really want. And I didn't click return or cancel because I was like, maybe there's a reason why I did this. And looking back, almost 4 years since I've had this camera, I really don't regret it. Like I've used this camera almost every day. So when people, it's like other people gonna say what they want, like, oh, like why spend so much on camera? Even though this is considered a mid-range, but then I knew what, like I was using it a lot, and now actually like I think it's starting to age a lot more because it's been overheating a lot more quickly, and I'm like, no, but it's okay. Like that means that I've been using it a lot, so I guess I'm proud of myself at the same time that I'm wearing down the camera. And but I also just want to show some other things too because I'm like in that mood for some reason. So in 2023, I bought like these prime lenses, the 55 f1.8, this pancake one that I rarely used, the f4A 2.5, the 85 millimeter f1.8, and 2024 I bought the lens I've always wanted to buy because I've always seen the photographers use it and I thought it was pretty cool. And for me, it's like yes, I'm an amateur and people will be like, why do you need it? You really don't. But for me, I'm like, I really appreciate technology and I just like collecting gear, you know? So I bought the Sony 70 to 200 f2.8 G Master Mark II and this was honestly, I really underutilized this because for like a while I just left it protected in my case, but I brought it out the last few months and I noticed that. So this isn't meant for, what is it? Like videos, it's more for photos, you know? This was been always advertised for. But I noticed that I really like the the look out of this one. Like I just stand a bit farther back, but I really like how it frames me and everything. So I'm trying to incorporate this more into filming. So yeah, I know I'm like pretty silly for doing all these things, but I'm I'm just trying to experiment too at the same time. Like all these pros, like I'm always so envious how they know how to use their gear, and for me, it's like I'm still pretty bad at it, but I want to learn how to grow with the gear I have. And but the thing is, my camera I might have to, or not might have to, but if it dies, then I'm gonna eventually upgrade it. But yeah, I'm a complete amateur, but just wanted to mention like it's been 4 years since I've been filming, and I thought it's something that I was gonna stop, but I'm just very proud that I stuck through with it, even though it's not the best at times. But also like doing this, it helped me learn how to express myself a lot better, and I felt like back then I was able to text it, but I wasn't able to word it out very well. I think that also caused a lot of problems with all the like relationships around me. And that's why I think for next year, my goal is like trying to be more upfront about everything because you know how guys usually we're told to just keep in our secrets and everything, or like we're supposed to not have emotions. I kind of want to change that for next year. So to everyone around me, I'm so sorry, but I'm just gonna be a lot more honest, like in not like a negative way, but just more open up, explaining how I feel and like my worries and stuff, but not like trying to bring the mood down. I'm not sure how to do that, but I'm gonna find a way. And but for my year, I'm so sorry I went distracted and everything, but for this year, I do have to say it's probably one of the worst years I've had, and I went through. I'm not gonna go talk about it, but it's just I went through the biggest obstacle in my life that I never thought I was gonna make it to the end of the year because I was down a pretty deep dark hole for a very long time and I just felt very unmotivated to do anything, and it was also really hard for me to go out too just because I don't like to bring the mood down, and I noticed that I distanced myself a lot from everyone this past year, which also made it worse. Because, but then I don't blame anyone. I blame more myself just because like I was going through some really tough things that I don't think I'm actually out of it yet. But it's like I have a lot more motivation now, which I'm very proud of. I guess it's just because no, literally like most of the year I just beat myself up for everything, and then I was trying to recover from another incident that will probably be irreversible for the rest of my life. And then because I kept secrets too, didn't really tell anyone like why it was happening. Because I also like was shocked about myself. It's just those things added up, and it kind of led to miscommunications. And I think that's why I had to go through this type of was it situation so that I learned how to be more open and also seek help when I need it. I am not really good at doing that, and I am very sorry for everyone around me for sure. But yeah, this year was just extremely tough for me, and sorry, what is it? I'm not looking at anything by the way. I'm just staring off. I'm just trying to think. I don't have a script, so but yeah, it's just like one thing that just helped me was that I've been trying to learn to acknowledge these things that I'm weak at because I always feel like I'm mentally strong on everything, but then maybe I am, but then I because of that sometimes I'm like I don't have a problem. I could do this and that, but then I was something I learned this year was that like I need to realize when I'm at my limit and also when I need help. And I noticed that when I was doing these things, my life started to improve a lot more. And it's still not the best right now, but then I'm just really happy that I made it to the end of the year. And I'm really looking forward to trying to fix my mistakes in 2026. And another thing that I'm very happy for this year, like I do want to talk about some good things too, is that I got over fear of what is it? Was it messaging people because or I mean like haven't talked to them for a few years, but I I just like went it all in. I was like just do it, just go, like do your best, just don't be scared. And yeah, like since post college, you don't really get to talk to everyone anymore, so that's why I was like, let me try to hit some people that I haven't talked to in a few years, and let's see how it goes. And it's been a lot better than I thought. So that's one thing that I was very happy I got better at or got over the fear of. And another thing that was like a big hurdle for me. So in the end of 2022, I went to this rave called Countdown, and I had such a bad experience because it was raining pretty bad. And that made me at the time say, I'm done with raving. I don't ever want to go back anymore. And just a bit more about this story too is like after that, I wasn't able to listen to EDM for about a year and a half because I was I just didn't want to do anything in that scene anymore. I felt very fatigued. I was like, it just made me anxious, and it just reminded me of such a tough event I had at Countdown. I know I'm very spoiled, but it was just something that I had to overcome. Like everyone has their own situations that they never face. So I think that's for me. And November, actually, like a few months before, I was like, I'm really appreciative of this friend because like I usually don't make plans, but they always invite me to everything. And they literally asked me all these events, and the last 3 years, I pretty much said no to all of it because I just didn't want to rave. And now I said, yeah, I'm down. I want to go. And it was like the intuition where I felt like I really want to go. Like I want to get over this fear. And I was really nervous in the beginning just because I was thinking about that event a lot and like the previous event that I had a tough time at and a bad time at. And it went really well. So the first day, oh no, not my alarms. Okay. So on the first day, it reminded me of how raves used to be back in like 2015 to 2018 where it wasn't as crowded, and oh, this was apocalypse. And second day I ventured off into like with a like a group that I never met, but the thing is the vibes were so great where I had such a fun time with them, and I was just like those last like those not last days, those 2 days erased the bad memories I had of Countdown 2022 23. So I'm wondering if I'll rave again, but I'm just really glad that for 2025 I got over the fear of going to an event. And but yeah, I'm just like this year overall I just went through so much that I didn't really tell anyone, but eventually I did tell a few, but it's just like it's so hard for me to open up at times. So I'm just very proud that I did it mostly on my own, but also there was some people that really helped me a lot. So I'm just very thankful. And for 2026, I don't really have set goals because every time you make a New Year's resolution, you 99% of the time don't really stick through with it. This camera hobby definitely is one thing that I stuck through. I'm very proud of. But so this year, I don't know how the CPA is gonna go for me. I passed 2 out of 4. I found out like a few months ago, and I'm gonna try to retake the other 2 this year. And my goal is hopefully I could pass all 4. But I'm not gonna pressure myself too hard to pass. I'm just gonna tell myself do the best I can and be proud of sticking to his journey when most people can't. So that's gonna be one thing. Second thing is because I know now that my ADHD is getting worse and worse, so I'm gonna try to find a way to make myself more organized. And I feel like lately I just been so disoriented on a lot of things, and I really hate that. So I'm just gonna try my best to maybe like make notes around my room to be more organized and to label stuff so that I don't misplace everything. It's been really bad. I'm not even kidding. Like I really hate that. And for let me see. I had one more, but oh, so one more is like I am so bad at monitoring my audio. I'm pretty sure this audio right now is pretty garbage right now too, because I don't spend too much time on these things. I really hope that I can fix it for the future. And it's like I have such amazing gear, but I'm just a bad, was it? I'm bad at using it. I've underutilized everything. So that's gonna be my goal in 2026 to try and monitor my audio better and also fix it. I did monitor it earlier, but then I know there's probably some pop noises. I'm really sorry, but I think that's pretty much it. But, oh shoot, 18 minutes. I'm so sorry. But yeah, 2025, I loved and hated it. But for 2026, I'm not gonna beg for it to be better. I know it's gonna be pretty rough. So for 2026, as I start entering my 30s, I just hope that I could keep my head up and not disappoint myself. That's gonna be, I think, what I really want is just, I know I'm gonna face the problems. I want to be able to be positive, more positive, and just do it and just fix it. And to my friends, I'm really thankful that you guys are still here in my life. And to the ones who I'm not sure are still in my life anymore, I'm really sorry for not really talking much in the past year, and that led to my miscommunications. I really hope that I get a chance to to make amends. And also, I do hope that you guys are doing really well. I know I've just been really bad at like keeping in contact with everyone, and then just not being the best version I am. I do acknowledge that I can't catch it at times. And I just really hope that, you guys really mean a lot to me. This is now for everyone in my life. It's just you guys, everyone like matters a lot. And I think that's like comes with age, just like you just get more emotional a bit. But yeah, I'm just so thankful that like I'm still making memories to this day, and just hoping that 2026 I could make more of that. I think that's pretty much all I have to say though. But yeah, 2025, I'm not gonna miss you too much. I'm gonna try not to look back, and I'm gonna try to keep my head up and move forward with my future. That's pretty much all. And thanks for tuning in, whoever does watch my videos. And hope you guys have a great end to 2025 and a great 2026.